Good evening and welcome to the Action News 5 Digital Desk Nightside. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ron Childers alongside my sidekick, Lydian Coombs.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am well. It's been a long week. Fortunately, it's our Friday.
Especially for you.
Yeah, it has. I tell you, we put in a lot of hours this week. Last night was a long night, but I got to tell you, I'm really, really thankful for what we didn't see here in the Mid-South.
Yes.
Yeah, we got a lot of rain. We got a lot of wind. There was even some wind damage around the area. We'll talk more about that in a moment. Lydian, you've amassed even some awesome videos and pictures to show us, too.
Yes.
We'll get to those. But I tell you what, let me give you your first alert right now to a pattern change. Oh, I love this. It was sunny and dry today. Now, it was still above average. We had a high of 85 today. The average is 80 for this state, but it didn't feel muggy. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it was a lot less humid. In fact, it was more humid when I came home last night around 11:30 p.m.
Oh yeah, you could just feel it.
Yeah, it was just so hot and muggy, like it was the middle of the day. But yeah,
as a matter of fact, last night at 11 o'clock, I think we were still hovering right around 80 degrees with dew points in the lower 70s. It made that 80 feel more like 86, 87. So noticeably different today. Now we hit 85 for a high. As a matter of fact, take a look at this. Here's our almanac for the day. We hit 85. 66 was our morning low. All that rain that fell, just over an inch at Memphis International Airport. And fortunately, again, mainly rain. There was some pretty good sized hail that was just west of the Mississippi River in the very early morning hours with that second round that came through. But overall, we fared well. Look at the storm reports around the Action News 5 coverage area. We've got one wind report over in or a flood report in eastern Arkansas, right there around St. Francis County near Forest City. We got a couple of wind reports. Yeah, there were some trees and power lines down in near Millington and Shelby Forest. Some wind damage up there around southern Dyer County near Crockett County as well. But Lydian, check this out. Look at all the storm reports just over the last 24 hours from Texas through Oklahoma, Arkansas. Most of those were hail reports. They had some monster hail in those areas. And then up into Missouri, a mixture of anything from flooding, tornadoes, wind, hail. But Middle Tennessee, northern Alabama, Georgia, and the Carolinas really got pummeled, but especially Middle Tennessee. There were numerous tornadoes there. A couple of tornadoes also in Huntsville last night kept meteorologists very busy there. My friend Brad Travis, he was on TV through the night last night. And then my buddy Lisa Spencer up in Nashville, she too had a very long and busy day tracking storms there. And we had some amazing video come out of there. I want to start off though because there was some question or concern as to whether or not we had a tornado around near Millington. And as a matter of fact, let me zoom in over to that area quickly. All right, so here we go. It gives me just a second. It's a little more difficult sometimes to operate this from the perspective of the laptop that I'm using, so a little more difficult sometimes. And I just can't get this thing. There we go. Here we go. So now I've got that. Let me zoom in just a little tighter. You see that? Those little wind reports right there? There was something that was going around the internet last night on Twitter and some other social media sites. It showed what a couple of amateur meteorologists thought really were saying was a tornado. It was an unwarned tornado. Yeah, it looked a little like that on the radar briefly. As a matter of fact, when we were tracking those storms live on air, Spencer Denton caught a little signature of a little shear marker or shear swath that showed a little something going on. But we sent Tavares Haywood up to Shelby Forest and Millington. He got some great video. As a matter of fact, I think you've got one of the pictures. Do you have that?
This is his story on our website, and he went up to Millington today to interview the fire chief. And this is a photo you can see of the downed power lines from the winds from early this morning.
And let me point something out in that image, because look at those power lines. They're all going in the same direction.
Yeah.
All right, so that was an indication to us. And Spencer Denton and I and Patrick Ellis did a little analysis today of that radar data. We went back, took a closer look at it. There was a severe thunderstorm warning in effect at the time. And you have to keep in mind that a severe thunderstorm can produce a tornado with little or no warning. And there was even that tornado tag on the warning itself by the National Weather Service. So great work by those guys and gals over there. But in looking at it and looking at this picture, they're all going the same direction. That was straight line wind. That was not a tornado. There was no tornado there. We were watching it closely. The folks at the National Weather Service were watching it. There was a bit of convergence. We had a line of storms coming from north to south, another storm that was moving from west to east, and they all converged right there around southern Tipton County, northwestern Shelby County, and sometimes you can get a little spin up there. We were looking at it closely. We did not pick up a vortex signature there or anything that would indicate a tornado. There were some pretty impressive wind signatures, but once T-Wood went up to that area and took pictures and shot the video, all those poles are going the same way. They would be more askew and going in different directions if it was a tornado. So in our analysis, our assessment, and I think the National Weather Service will agree as well, that was straight line wind that came through there. So no tornadoes anywhere in the Action News 5 coverage area, and I'm so happy for that. Now, there was some damage. There were some power outages as well, but overall, we fared well in the Mid-South. However, not the case for our friends in Middle Tennessee, Northern Alabama, Kentucky, and Lydian. You had to just be heartbroken today going through some of that video and the images coming out of there.
It was devastating to look at, and especially because we have the WSMV app, our sister station in Nashville. We keep up with them as well, and it was just constant all night long. Their push alerts for the severe weather and the reports of damage.
And you know, it's a little tough working in the news business because we see a lot of things that damage. There's a lot of negativity, in some of the stories we do, but especially with the storms that came through yesterday, and you see that devastation. Lydian, show them what you collected today.
So this is in Murray County, Tennessee.
And it is Murray County. It's spelled M-A-U-R-Y, but they call it Murray. But look at this. Now that is tornado damage. Look at that. Limbs and leaves stripped from the trees. The roof ripped off a house. Hopefully, there were no injuries or fatalities. I haven't had any word on fatalities, and I got to be honest, I've not really looked in that area. Have you seen anything?
WSMV said at least one dead.
Oh, so sad. But you see damage like that, you would expect there to be death all around.
Yes.
And fortunately, that was not the case, and hopefully it was as a result of people being weather aware through the day. It was a first alert weather day in Nashville as well, as declared by WSMV, as well as Huntsville. You can see all the first responders lined up. Look at that. That's tornado damage. You get that vortex, it just sucks the leaves off the tree. Large hail stripping the leaves, and you smell pine wood, especially because there's a lot of pine trees in and around that area. So you get the large hail or you get the tornadoes come through there, it just smells like fresh pine, and that's what it is. But look, homes destroyed. Absolutely amazing.
So,
this is heartbreaking. Where is that? Is that?
This is all from the same storm chaser in I'm not sure what city. It just said Murray County.
Okay, yeah, and that area was just devastated with the storms that came through there. How sad indeed. And you've got a, did you have another one? There was another one, wasn't there?
Yes, I have more.
Let's see it.
I have something from Columbia, Tennessee as well. This is a look at the damage there.
That's tornado damage, definitely. That is not straight line wind damage. That is tornado damage. And you can just see how the trees and everything is just kind of twisted. So those rotating winds does a number there. When you've got straight line winds coming through, everything would have just laid down in the same direction, going in the same direction. This is just tossed around. And when you have an aerial survey like this, as we're getting this drone footage, it really makes it obvious as to what happened. You know, sometimes even in straight line wind damage, people will swear it was a tornado. A sudden gust of wind will make that roaring sound, but it's not until you really get air surveillance of it that you're able to see the path, the direction of debris, and then you're able to assess whether it was straight line wind, whether it was tornado, and then once you make that determination, it was like, okay, what category tornado was it? EF0, EF1, 2. Looking at that damage, that was, I'm thinking EF3 at the very least for those areas. Some of those may even be upgraded to EF4s. Now, EF5s typically just come through and scrape everything from the surface. It's all gone. Amazing. You had another funnel cloud video.
Yes.
Where was that one?
So I have one from Clarksville and I have one from Kentucky. Which one?
Let's see them. Well, you got them both? Let's see.
Okay, so
Let's
this one's from Clarksville.
Look at that.
From yesterday.
That is a rotating supercell thunderstorm. Do you see that right there towards the top? You can see the rotation of the clouds, the funnels that's dropping. Once it comes in contact with the ground, then it's a tornado. If it's rotating in the atmosphere, and even if it has a funnel, but it's not making contact with the surface, that's just a funnel cloud. But that is on the ground, that is a tornado. And you can see that wall cloud there, that's that surrounding cloud around that vortex. Now it looks like, is it lifting up or is it, no, it looks like it is still moving through. It is still on the ground. There was so much in it. Oh, that's a wedge tornado. Wedge tornado. And sometimes you'll even see other little mini vortices trying to develop around the periphery of that. And you can just see things being sucked up into that vortex. Absolutely amazing. Amazing video.
Yes.
Oh,
and here's a video out of Kentucky. This is the land between the lakes in Kentucky over the Cumberland River. Someone shot this
sight.
Yesterday
That
as
is
well.
a scary sight indeed. What a day all across the southeastern U.S. And I tell you, there's still storms working out there tonight. Here in the Mid-South, though, it is tranquil, and it has been a great day today. We enjoyed plenty of sunshine.
Very thankful for that.
Yeah. Take a look at this. This is our Best Care Home Services camera. Sunset on the day. Isn't that lovely? But notice the clouds. We get clouds in here now.
We had sunshine. Is that what I'm seeing,
that's clouds. The skies are cloudy right now here in the city of Memphis. As a matter of fact, at Memphis International, it is overcast. After a day of sunshine, 76. We picked up just over an inch of rain at Memphis International, 1.03 inches of rain. 85 was our high today. The humidity much lower, feels good. But what about those clouds? First alert Doppler radar finding a little rain back to the west. That green you see around the radar site, that's anomalous propagation. That is not rainfall. That is ground clutter, as we used to call it. But it is just an atmospheric condition that is that the radar is picking up on, a little moisture in and around the radar site. But even what we're seeing in Little Rock, some of that may not even be making its way to the ground. I think a lot of that's falling. And look at this rain coming in from the west. Notice how it just kind of dissipates as it moves off to the east? We've got dry air in place here. There's a disturbance that developed back in northeastern Texas and Oklahoma. Check that out. And look, by the way, they've got multiple severe thunderstorm watches, warnings right now. A tornado watch remains in effect for central Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth included in this. But right now it's mainly thunderstorms moving through Louisiana, Arkansas, and we've got some pretty strong storms building in and around the Birmingham area. But that precipitation coming out of Oklahoma and Texas, it's encountering that drier air. Enough moisture to allow the clouds to remain, but not enough moisture to bring rain into the area. So I think we're headed into what's shaping up to be a pretty good night tonight. You want to check out Futurecast?
Yes.
Here we go. So this is from 8 o'clock tonight until about midnight. So those clouds should start to break up. And then as we get to around 8 in the morning, there may be a few clouds still in the area. Temperature's going to be in the low to mid 60s. We're going to have a great start. It's going to be, you have the day off tomorrow, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm going camping.
That's right. You camp outdoors. Forgot about that. It's so, and many people do. It's just not my thing. So let me show you this as we get into the day, as you head off to your camping trip. Lydian, temps in the 70s, low to mid 70s by 2 in the afternoon. It's going to be mostly sunny. I think it's going to be an absolutely beautiful Friday. We may see a few clouds in and around the area Friday evening, but you know what? You may even want to think about, for the folks watching us, maybe a little dinner outside tomorrow. I know you'll definitely be having dinner outside, right, around a campfire. But you may want to think about a little dinner outside by 7 in the evening, upper 60s, low 70s. It's going to feel spectacular, and that's going to lead into what's shaping up to be a great Mother's Day weekend. So high temperatures tomorrow. Low to mid 70s in West Tennessee. Right around 73 to 74 for most areas and mostly sunny. I think we'll be a little warmer in Memphis. Mid 70s northern Mississippi from around 74 in Olive Branch, Corinth to around 78 in Marks, Clarksdale at 77. Eastern Arkansas, you're going to find temperatures right around the mid-range of the 70s as well. And then overall, mostly sunny through the day. I think it's going to be great. 63
so nice.
at about
I'm
7.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah, this is going to be perfect camping weather. This is great. Low to mid 70s through the afternoon hours. I think our high is probably going to top out at about 77 tomorrow. The average is starting to warm up now that we're starting to make that turn towards summer. So as we get into the middle of May, here we go. Temperatures a little closer to 80 for average highs. We'll be just below it Friday and again on Saturday, 78. I think we're going to hit 80 on Sunday, Mother's Day, 76 Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll be back in the upper 70s and near 80 for Wednesday and Thursday. But let me give you your Mother's Day weekend forecast because, Lydian, it's going to be a great camping weekend for you, but it's going to be a great Mother's Day weekend for all the moms. It'll be mostly sunny Saturday. We're going to hit 78. On Mother's Day, cloud or two in the area, 80 the high, so it's going to be nice. You taking your mom camping with you?
Yes, it's a family affair, and so yeah, she'll be there with us.
You're not going to make her cook around the campfire, though, right?
No, we're
She's got the
actually
day off.
planning a dinner. We're going to cook for her.
Nice, that's good. Take care of your mom. You got to do that.
Yes.
Hey, let's talk rain chances. Let me show you this because we're going to be dry through the weekend. By the way, you notice it's a slight uptick there on Sunday?
Yes.
Sunday night, there could be a little shower that comes in. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. But Monday, Tuesday, new data today is starting to show a bit more of an active pattern for Monday and Tuesday. Right now, we're going to go with about a 40% chance of rain, a medium threat overall. But I want to show you what the European forecast model is showing. So it's showing mainly dry conditions. 8 o'clock Monday morning, but a lot of cloud cover in the area. Then look at this. By 3, showers roll through. But notice not everybody gets rain out of this. Coming in out of the west, southwest, and kind of ejects north and east. So, yeah, that does put Memphis in line for it. But late Monday night, I think we may see a better chance for rain. So kind of scattered through the day. And then Tuesday morning, maybe a shower or two in the area, but we could see more widespread shower activity developing. Forecast models just starting to lean in this direction. So we're going to just dip our toe into the water with a 40% chance right now. But as we get a little closer, as a matter of fact, tomorrow on into the weekend, you'll probably see those pops, as we call it, the percentage of precipitation. You'll likely see that go a little higher once we get a few more model runs, more data to compare. So get the app, get the Action News 5 First Alert Weather app. So it is free for Apple and Android products. And look, with a chance for a few sprinkles tonight, if you're going to be out and about, that interactive radar is going to be a great thing to have for the weekend. You're going to be outside, want to know what the temps are doing, where you are. The hour-by-hour forecast is there for you. And with the chance for rain coming into play next week, you're going to want to stay abreast of that, and you'll be getting updates from the Action News 5 First Alert Weather Team. And I got to give a big, I'm going to steal a line from Doc Holliday, salute and clap to the entire Action News 5 First Alert Weather Team. Spencer Denton was marvelous last night and has been all week with his radar knowledge and skills and tracking those storms coming through. Patrick Ellis did a masterful job tracking storms early this morning and all week long, holding down the morning, that morning shift and some of the issues we've had to deal with precipitation in the morning hours. And Sigay Galindo came in last night on her day off. Came in on her day off to assist. So thank you.
She's marvelous.
Thank you to all. By the way, you're wondering, what about Maggie? Maggie was on vacation this week. She missed it. We'll get her another storm chance later. But everybody put in some long hours, and it was multiple 12-hour days this week. And from the storms that moved through Sunday night to the activity Tuesday, and then what we dealt with last night. But again, I am very, very happy that we did not get the more severe aspect of this. Yeah, it got loud last night, a lot of rain, some hail in the area. I think the largest hail that we saw in the Mid-South was that storm that came through around 4 a.m. that moved through Crittenden County, crossing Crittenden County, and then came on in the Memphis Metro. And then as it got into the Memphis Metro, it just kind of fell apart and weakened. I had 5 little, pea-size hail stones that I saw at my house as that moved through. Yeah, I was still up at 5 a.m. this morning.
I was up at 5 a.m., but it wasn't because I was working.
I got 1 hour of sleep. I finally dozed off right around 8 o'clock, but then the alarm went off at 9 a.m., and that was because it was Education Day at AutoZone Park.
Yes.
Yes. We had 60 schools that showed up. 60 schools that came out. Spencer Denton, myself, Melanie from our Marketing and Promotions Department, and our Marketing and Promotion Director, Jenny Smith, all went along, and we took the storm tracker. Spencer drove it out onto the field at AutoZone Park. We didn't go in the grass. There's a little area we go around. And then we got a couple of kids to help us. We did a couple of science experiments. That was fun. We did cloud in a bottle. Yeah, we trapped the cloud in a bottle. And
How do you trap a cloud in a bottle?
We'll have to do it here one night. It's kind of cool, you know? Get a little 2-liter bottle. You use a bicycle pump. It's pressure. We learned about pressure, what that does to air, and talked about condensation, nuclei, and all the wonderful things that make clouds. It was Education Day at AutoZone Park. So we were out there, we were teaching, we were having some fun, and then we did another one showing how air pressure suspends hailstones using a ball and an electric blower. That was fun.
Cool.
So we had 4 kids that helped us out on that, but I think all the kids had fun. It was wonderful to see my buddy Ben Johnson, the manager of the Memphis Redbirds, 5 years now at the helm of the Memphis Redbirds, played for the St. Louis Cardinals way back when AutoZone Park opened. And Ben today, the manager, and today, maybe the luck of Action News 5, the Memphis Redbirds won against the Norfolk Tide.
Thanks to you, Ron.
Way to go, Redbirds. Oh, no, it was all the cheering kids. That's what it had to be. I would have loved to have stayed for the game. Unfortunately, we had to get back to work here. But the day started early. It's going long tonight. Tune into Action News 5 at 10, and let's see how tired I am. That's it's going to be a lot of fun.
No,
but,
you're about to go to sleep in the green room, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh, I can't nap. Naps are for wimps. Come on. We don't nap. We just keep going. But again, I have the day off tomorrow, so I think I'm going to enjoy that sunshine. It may be a day by the pool for me. But what a week. What an incredible morning. We fared very well here with storms all around us. Just some minor damage. Yeah, some people lost some power, but I tell you, the linesmen and the men and women at MLGW working hard to restore everybody's power.
Yes.
So that was a great thing to see.
Here, let me pull up the outage map real quick, and we can see where we're at right now. Just give me one moment. Sorry.
It looked like a pretty hard hit right around the Fraser area. last night, but right now, what, 16 outages, so 248 people still in the dark, or customers, I should say, not people, 248 MLGW customers. So, yeah, but they're working on it, and they did a great job last night with the preps leading up to the storm, and then getting out there, getting power restored quickly. So hats off and kudos to MLGW. Thank you. Thank you for all you do. We really appreciate it. But I am happy that today has been tranquil. We were able to get out, have a little fun, enjoy some sunshine today, and it's been a pretty good night at work. So we've got a great weekend coming up. I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Lydian, to your mom as well. Happy Mother's Day.
I'll be sure to tell her.
Wonderful.
I'm sure she would love that.
That'll be great. Just take care of Mom. That's what it's all about. Coming up on Action News 5 at 10, got some big stories tonight. Joyce Peterson's talking about a bail reform bill. That she's talking with Senator Brent Taylor about that. Bria Bolden working on a big story tonight. JP, you jumping in?
We're in my house.
Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on. Look, you're going to have to hold your microphone, okay? I didn't know you were coming in here.
Well, I heard you say I talked to Senator Brent Taylor. I did. I talked to him via text message.
Okay.
But we're taking it a step further on this one.
What? Now, but explain the
bail bill was passed.
Okay. Which
signed
was?
Into law. Right, because there's a lot of bail reform bills to talk about here, and a lot of them passed. So this bail bill that passed and was signed into law by Governor Lee this week removes financial consideration when setting bail. Now here's the rub. Shelby County revamped its bail program last year, relaunched it, the whole point being to take into account someone's financial status.
Yeah.
Because so many people here are poor and struggle, and you don't want to wait in jail for your court date. You want to be able to go to your job and still make a living and care for your family.
It becomes debtor's prison at that point.
Yes, but since the program launched, as we know, there's been concern about repeat offenders being let out and that they're committing more violent crimes. So this removing financial consideration law is supposed to put an end to that trend. Just City and the ACLU, who pushed for reform to the bail program so that financial consideration would matter, not pleased with this law, obviously.
It pretty much negates all their efforts.
So I have a statement from them. We also know that MPD is not happy with the current bond system. I also talked to criminal court judge Chris Kraft tonight, and he had the most interesting things to say. He is standing up now, speaking his truth. The criminal court judges are very frustrated with the judicial commissioners who set bond. Our justice system is going through great growing pains right now, and they're going to have to figure this out. And the interesting thing is, Memphis, Nashville's going through the same thing. A week ago, their police chief came out and sounded the alarm and said, we got to stop this revolving door. Too many violent offenders are getting out. He says he's never seen anything like it in his years as a police officer.
Is this confined just to Tennessee, or is this in multiple states?
It is multiple states where the bond process has been changed, and in a lot of cases where there's been a change in the district attorney. And so there is a trend to change the bond process to allow more people to get out and continue with their lives until they get their day in court.
Yeah.
But there's been a little
that.
snag in that crime is going up.
Does the severity of the charge play any part in that?
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
Oh.
Tonight at 10, you'll find out what Judge Kraft is doing now to specifically note on someone's case that he denied bond for a reason, and how he hopes that will impact the judicial commissioners. But again, it's criminal court judges over here, judicial commissioners over here, two very different views on how we handle justice in Memphis, Shelby County, and in America. I mean, this is a very real, deep topic that we are grappling with in this country. So I hope you'll tune in.
Are the two sides talking to each other? Well, you got to talk about it to deal with it. You know, even if the talks don't go well.
We'll get there. We'll get there. MPD now has a repeat offender registry on the website. They list on social media repeat offenders with big graphics that say repeat offender. Our police are tired of arresting the same people day in and day out, some of the same people within the same week. So we'll take a closer look at this at 10.
Before you go, real quick,
quick,
last week we had the privilege of emceeing the MPD Awards.
Yes, we did.
And let me tell you, our Memphis Police Department and the men and women of that department really do some heroic things.
Heroes,
And
all of them.
yeah, they truly are. And those are unfortunately the stories you don't see on the news. But we were there. We witnessed some of the stories and instances, the lives saved, and the wonderful works of our men and women of the police department.
And
so,
they're saving the lives of bad guys, too. Bad guys who
Yeah.
are injured
Yeah.
or shot by other bad guys. Our Memphis police officers have the training to get their emergency kits out of the trunk and to stop these wounds from bleeding out. They are literally saving lives in addition to protecting and making sure there is law and order. That's a story for another day.
Yes,
I got to
it
go
is.
because I
All
got to
right.
get this thing into editing.
It's great
Thank
to see
you,
you, JP.
You
Thank
too.
you very much. I'm sorry about the bootleg
Man's
microphone
had no
there.
sleep. 1 hour sleep in the last 24 hours. Thank you, buddy.
Absolutely.
But I've only got a couple of hours to go and the day off tomorrow. Lydian, did we have any questions? We didn't answer any questions tonight.
Let's see. Let me see what we have.
And by the way, while she's looking at that, don't forget, I do want to remind you, you can watch our Nightside Digital Desk on the Action News 5 app on Apple TV, on Roku, or Amazon Fire. Go to the app stores there, download the Action News 5 app. You can watch us on actionnews5.com or on the Action News 5 Facebook page, and we're on the Action News 5 YouTube channel. Lydian, we're everywhere.
Yes,
We are everywhere.
We are everywhere. So if you're not near a television, you can still watch us from your phone, tablet, computer
We've made it easy for you.
free.
But right now, it's only Facebook that you can ask a question
Yes.
in the comments section.
So
What do you see?
Let's check it out. We've got a lot of people tuning in. So hello everybody. And Ronnie asks, does the river or does a river weaken storms as they cross?
No. As a matter of fact, there is also some speculation that Memphis is protected from tornadoes by the bluffs. The bluffs have about as much impact at stopping a storm or preventing a storm as a bug has in slowing down your car when it hits your windshield. No impact whatsoever. Those storms are at about 10,000 feet, higher oftentimes, coming across. They don't even know the bluffs are there. So no. And the Mississippi River, maybe some microclimates in and around the river, depending upon where it is, what time of the year it is, and the temperature of the water. But really, in the big scheme of things, no, not at all.
And Eric wants to know how many tornadoes have there been this month? He didn't specify where, but I'm assuming he means locally.
Well, locally, we have had, so last night, no tornadoes. And there have only been a handful of warnings. This has been one of the lowest years for tornado warnings in the Mid-South, in the Action News 5 coverage area of all spring seasons. I mean, it has been horrible back in the plains, even to our east and southeast, but we've been faring very well. But I don't think we have had a confirmed tornado, and I've got to go back on that, and forgive me for not knowing off the top of my head. But right now, I cannot think of a confirmed tornado on the ground that has created any problems for us.
Me neither.
Yeah,
because
so it's
we
been a
always cover
good
those.
year. But we got to still get through the month of May.
Yes.
And then a tornado is possible at any time of the year. We have our primary severe weather season, March, April, May. Our secondary severe weather season comes into play October, November. But I got to tell you, Lydian, I'm more concerned about a February tornado than I am, or a February severe weather outbreak, than I am about any severe weather outbreak for us in this part of the country.
Why is that?
During the spring months, because February severe weather systems tend to be more violent and produce more tornadoes simply because of that rapid change. You're going from very cold and will rapidly warm up. You probably can think for yourself multiple times in February, it's 40 degrees one day and the next day it's 75.
Yes.
So we have many days like that. That creates a tremendous imbalance in the atmosphere, and you get a cold front approaching, as we usually see during the month of February, multiple fronts moving through. that can produce some monster tornadoes. And some of our biggest tornado outbreaks have occurred during the month of February. February 5th, I think it was 2008, we had a massive tornado outbreak here in the Mid-South. But yeah, it has been a good year. I want to knock on wood.
Oh, yes.
I don't want to jinx us at all, but good question there. Thank you.
Yes.
Anybody else?
That was all the questions that I saw.
Good deal. I'll scroll back through the comments. You guys got anything else? Leave it in there. I'll do my
yeah,
best
it's
to
not too
answer
late.
it. Yeah. So, and some of you may even be seeing this a little later on in the evening in your Facebook feed surfing. So right now it is coming up on 8:44. Oh, it's 8:44.
Yeah,
we went
it's
long.
Like, time flies. So yeah, we're at 35 minutes right now.
Yeah, she has to go back to work. I got to go back to work. We got stuff to do. We're going to get ready for Action News 5 at 10. Be sure to tune in. I'm starting to get a little sleepy now. We'll see how I look at 10 o'clock. Lydian, great job this week. Thank you. And we appreciate you
Ron.
running all of this and getting this going for us. She is the digital guru. You can check out her amazing work, stories, articles on our website, actionnews5.com. And you're all over the place. Your work is everywhere. So thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all for watching and following Action News 5. Get the app. Get the Action News 5 app. Have a great Friday and a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.